The Command Decisions field staff and game sponsors would like to welcome you to the Fulda app. Please read the entire rule set, listen to or read this player safety brief and take the safety quiz. The link to the safety quiz can be located on the fuldagap.com website. See you soon at the event.
2024 Rules of Play. Each player is required to view our safety video and take the safety quiz. Be sure to bring a copy, paper or on phone is fine, to check in and save yourself time watching the video and taking the test on your phone. This is the largest paintball event to be held in the Mid-Atlantic and one of the largest in the world. It is a historically based scenario of the potential invasion of Western Europe by the Warsaw Pact in the mid-1980s. Due to the enormous importance of safety at an event so large, all players must familiarize themselves with all the rules of play. You should also familiarize yourself with the official game map. When you sign your waiver, you will also be stating that you have read and understand these rules. Know these rules, or you will find yourself at a serious disadvantage. One thing to remember: this is a game and it is meant to be entertaining. While the game designers have made a great effort at supporting realism, the whole event is to be taken as a game, and not a reenactment. Any side can win, in any possible manner. Please remember you are responsible for reading and following the rules below. Ignorance is not an excuse.
In general, the major dos and don'ts: no one under the age of 10 will be permitted to enter this game or our field of play. Don't lose your ID tag, make sure it is tied to your person securely. No alcohol or drug use at any time on the field of play. No weapons, knives, wire, or rope are allowed on the field, and no booby traps are allowed. No paint mines unless from game staff. However, noise or powder mines are allowed. No tools to adjust markers are allowed on the field. No firing of any kind off the field, in the parking lot, common areas or camp, other than the chronograph stations, and no shooting of wildlife or referees. No foul language, insulting behavior, including arguing with players or staff, be tolerated. No physical contact of any kind except as allowed by rules. Barrel tags. No laser sights or pyrotechnics are allowed. Use only this year's Fulda event paint, as off-premise paint hits will not count your opponent as out, and may get you expelled from the event. Use only cold smoke, clear with field owner and game staff. Do not referees or judges. You may escalate your issue to the head referee. Their word is final. Play the field as is. No modifications or vandalizing the field, props or personal equipment. Do not climb on bunkers, trees or any structure 4 feet or higher.
CDWC Field Safety Rules. All players must read and agree to follow all player safety rules, field safety guidelines, and sign the waiver of liability and hold harmless agreement prior to participation in any paintball activities without exception. Any violation of the safety rules will result in mandatory ejection from the field and/or premises. Play nice or go home. Safety goggles must be worn by anyone in the playing field and chronograph/target range at all times. Only ASTM goggle systems specifically approved for paintball that provide full face and ear protection. Modification to goggles are strictly prohibited. Injuries, either from accidents or from play or dangers as found on the property, must be reported to staff immediately. The staff has been trained in first aid and takes your safety very seriously. No shooting in any areas other than the designated playing field and/or target range. No shooting into or out of the registration area, neutral zones or parking areas. Markers may only be discharged on the active field of play or target range. No shooting at wildlife, dumpsters, automobiles, porta-johns, etc. Blind shooting, that is shooting without having a visual on your impact, is prohibited. All markers must be chronographed at 280 feet per second maximum and checked by a referee or staff member before play with the paint you intend to use during the game, i.e. round ball or first strike. Your marker may be checked at random during the course of the day, even during play. There is a 13 ball per second limit. Referee decisions are final. Players or spectators will not be allowed to argue with the referees or staff under any circumstances. You may escalate your issue to the head referee. Interfering with the ref or staff duties will result in expulsion. Barrel blocking devices, barrel sleeve socks only, must be installed at all times anywhere on the property other than the designated playing field and target range. Barrel blocking devices must be specifically designed and manufactured for paintball markers. We do not allow barrel plugs on this field. No climbing of trees, vehicles, or structure 4 foot or higher. Castles, forts, or towers must be clearly marked in the field of play and meet our safety guidelines. No jumping from towers or any structure. No physical contact, with the exception of barrel tags or assistance to players. Fighting or any physical contact will result in law enforcement being called. Allow players within 20 feet the opportunity to call themselves out to avoid close shots. No verbal abuse, profanity, threats, name-calling, or slurs against anyone's race, religion, sex, creed, disability, national origin, or family members and friends will be tolerated. It will get you a card punch and possibly ejected from the game. Cheating, overshooting or sportsmanlike conduct will not be tolerated and will result in your expulsion. No unauthorized equipment or potentially dangerous gear is allowed. All firearms, knives, machetes, explosives, flares, pyrotechnics, hot burning smokes, fill stations, etc. are strictly prohibited. There will be no filling of CO2 or high-pressure tanks by anyone but trained CDWC staff. The field operator must approve all non-standard equipment allowed on the premises, including launchers, mines, and moving tanks. Modifications are prohibited. Players are not allowed to modify goggles, rental markers, bunkers, or any property on the premises. Doing so constitutes vandalism and will be treated as such. Spectators must complete waivers prior to entering the field and are required to wear safety goggles unless they remain a minimum of 15 feet behind the safety netting at all times. Spectators are also expected to abide by the same safety rules as any other player. Personal property is the exclusive responsibility of players, guests, and spectators. CDWC assumes no liability for lost, missing, damaged or stolen items. Lock up your valuables or leave them at home.
Fulda Gap General Rules of Play. Command Decisions War Games Center takes pride in their safety history and fair play. Many of our referees are semi-professional and have officiated hundreds of games. Please give them the professional courtesy that they deserve by reading and understanding these rules. This is an event-only paint game. Referees and Fulda Gap staff to check hoppers and pods. Fulda Gap paint will not only have a special fill color, but we have ordered and reserved a special shell color as well. Players found to be shooting paint other than the event paint will be escorted to the store to purchase event paint and given a warning punch. 2 warnings punches during this event will constitute grounds for the player to be removed permanently from chronograph. Marker speeds. Daytime game speeds will be a maximum of 280 FPS. Night game speeds will be a maximum of 250 FPS. You will be expected to chronograph and have your marker identified by a ref before the game Saturday, before the night game Saturday, and before the game Sunday. Most of the refs will carry us and will be spot checking speeds throughout the event. Markers that are shooting hot are a serious safety hazard. A paintball traveling at 300 plus FPS can shatter a goggle lens. Hot firing will not be tolerated, period. This safety rule is especially important for the night game. We highly recommend you chronograph your equipment on Friday as Saturday will be long. Once again, all markers must be chronographed at 280 FPS or below before entering the day game, 250 at night. Game officials will be spot checking velocities on the field. If you are found shooting over 280 FPS, you will be asked to return to the store and chronograph your marker. If you are found shooting 100 FPS, your ID will be punched for a point loss for your side, your name logged on the ref sheet, your hopper pink ribboned, and you will have to return to the store to repair and chronograph your marker. A second infraction will result in suspension from the field. Goggles. All goggles must be a STM-approved full-face and-ear protection. Masks must be worn at all times in the chronograph areas and on the field of play, even if fogged or paint-covered. Do not remove your goggles for any reason on the field or chronograph area. To do so will result in your removal from the game. No exceptions, no refunds. Retire to your camp or the store and clean your mask. Discharging markers. Discharging of markers in the parking store area will not be tolerated and will result in your expulsion from the field. Do not shoot at wildlife. Referees, or support vehicles. There is no shooting or posting within 100 feet of a dead zone. If a ref catches you, you will be considered you will get your card punched for a point loss. Sportsmanlike play and referees, wiping paint, any form of cheating, or unsportsmanlike conduct, overshooting, fighting, foul language, etc., will not be tolerated. If you are found cheating, you will be expelled from the game, and not allowed to return. We will have 3 types of referees for this game: the purple shirts, zone head refs, the field orange shirts, and tank safety refs, yellow, green vests. There may be certain individuals who will be playing in the game that are designated as referees as well. They will have a special ID that will identify them as such. Under no circumstances is anyone allowed to argue with a referee on the field. Their calls are final, period. If you have a problem with it, then take it to one of the game coordinators or the head referee. There will be multiple head refs, one at each battle area. They will be assisted by numerous refs all over the field. Each side will have a head referee attached to them as well. Referees are here for your safety and are totally impartial. However, if you see any ref allowing any unsafe actions or performing poorly, heard to a purple shirt or the head referee. Reporting a ref for merely making a bad call or one you did not like is bad sportsmanship and will not be accepted. Do not shoot at any field animals, wildlife, referees, or support vehicles. Leave our snakes alone and they will leave you alone. Seriously, don't shoot the snakes. Avoid close with shots if at all possible. Allow the player to surrender first. See surrender, capture rules, or shoot for a low impact area, like legs or feet. Be courteous. Overshooting, which is the repeated shooting of an already eliminated player, is grounds for elimination or, if deliberate, removal from the field. Allow all suspected hit players to call themselves out. Be sure to loudly call yourself as hit, if you are, to prevent overshooting. Shooting a player with a barrel sleeve mounted on his marker is overshooting, provided that player and sleeve clearly visible. A highly visible team color tape must be worn at all times on one arm. No changing of team color on either side. You cannot pick up tape off the ground or get it from any other source other than from your team's general or from the game staff. Hit rules. If you are hit by a paintball, it must break, and leave a break, marked no smaller than 1 inch, quarter size, for you to be eliminated unless you call yourself out. Hits count anywhere on your body or equipment, including guns and hoppers, i.e., gun hits count. Any amount of paint from a paint grenade on your body or equipment counts as an elimination. Snipers especially, wearing a ghillie suit is out if hit at all, anywhere. The hit does not have to break. If you are eliminated, call, hit, 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 put your marker on safe, immediately install your BBD, raise your gun in the air, and return to one of your assigned safe zones. You may immediately re-enter the game after you tag in. If under fire, face away from where firing from and exit play by the fastest, safest route. Putting both hands and marker in the air is a good idea as well, because it leaves no doubt as to your condition. Get out of the way fast if you are in an area that is under heavy fire. Head away from the fire. Do not talk, act as a shield. Trade equipment. Give equipment or ammunition to your teammates, or participate. Chatter. If you are unsure if you have been hit, call for a paint check if a referee is available. Otherwise use the honor system. Wipe off all wet paint in the dead zone before re-entering the game. During the night game, any hit or impact is considered out. It doesn't matter if it breaks or not, you're out. There cannot be any paint checks at night, so put your barrel blocking device, use your marker, and head to the dead zone. Remember, dead men do not tell tales. Talk. This is an honor situation. If eliminated, do not talk until you get to the dead zone.
Dead zones. There are 6 dead recharge zones currently on the map. Some of these dead zones are conditional use, meaning your side can lose them if certain bases are lost. There will be dead zone refs around all dead zones and entry points. They will be responsible for safety and ration. There will be dead zones in each battle area for each side, no shared dead zones, although you may use any dead zone for safety issues. If you find yourself in an enemy dead zone, make your way to one of your own dead zones before re-entering the game. Dead zone camping. There is no shooting into or posting within 100 feet of a dead zone or entry point. Dead zones are there for the convenience and safety of the players and hold no strategic value. If a ref catches you within 100 feet of an enemy dead zone, you will be considered eliminated and will have your card punched for a point deduction. Special rules of play. Surrender. The surrender rule is also known as the 20-foot rule. If you get within 20 feet of someone and they do not see you, you can call out, surrender. At this point the other player has one of 2 options: they can raise their marker and surrender, or turn and fire on you. If they turn to fire, you had better be ready to fire yourself. This could create quick draw situations, but calling for a surrender is considered a courtesy so as not to light someone up when they are within 20 feet to avoid a painful hit. We would recommend surrendering, but it is your choice. The person calling for the surrender has outmaneuvered you and has done the honorable thing by asking for surrender. Be equally honorable and accept the option. Remember, if you call for surrender, not everyone will, so be ready. Barrel tag. A barrel tag is when someone sneaks on you, taps you with their hand, not barrel. This is a safety issue, and you are out. This is not an option. You cannot turn and fire, period. If barrel tagged, you must put your BBD on, raise your marker, and leave the field quietly. I stress quietly because the premise behind the barrel tag is that someone has been stealthy enough to outmaneuver you without detection. That type of stealth deserves respect, and the respectful thing to do is not give them away by yelling you are out. A barrel tag, or surrender, is the only time you are not required to call out in a loud voice, hit. The same token, if you barrel tag someone, just touch them with your hand, and say, barrel tag, do not jab or hit them with your barrel or anything else for that matter. Paint check. During the day games, if you are hit and not sure if the ball or grenade broke, you may call for a paint check on yourself by a ref. With 1,000 plus players on the field, there may not be a ref right next to you, so if a teammate is, ask him, her if you are hit. If you are, then do the honest thing and call yourself out. During a paint check you are still in play and can be eliminated at any time while waiting, and other players can still maneuver on. A paint check does not make you neutral and cannot suspend play. You cannot call a paint check on another player.
Bunker tag. CDWC has a variety of structures and fighting positions on the field. Some of these structures are strategically placed, hardened, and make great defensive positions. However, to minimize close shots, a bunker tag rule is in effect. Certain bunkers will be marked by an orange diamond bunkers. To eliminate all players inside a diamond bunker, shoot them through the firing ports from a distance, or tag, slap the diamond with your hand while yelling, bunker tag. This action simulates throwing a grenade into the bunker. If you are inside a diamond bunker, and hear, bunker tag, then you are eliminated. If you are outside the bunker you are not eliminated. Players in diamond bunkers may also be eliminated with a direct hit rocket fired from an authorized, card-carrying, gun, tank, or grenade launcher. Grenade launchers are commercial Nerf firing launchers the same as guns, although they cannot eliminate tanks. See the tank utilization rules for more information. If a bunker or emplacement does not have a diamond emblem, then the bunker tag rule does not apply, and players using them be eliminated in a conventional manner. Be aware of the 20-foot close shot rule, described above.
Paratroop drops. Each side has 2 drops during the Saturday game. These drops are conducted by a referee holding a pole with players holding a rope. These flights are 20 minutes long. These players cannot be tagged out while holding the rope. If any player releases the rope for any reason, that they can be tagged out, and the rest of the drop must be completed within 5 minutes or the drop will return to the entry point. Paradrop tail gunner rule. Each paradrop may have 1 tail gunner. This is the only person who is allowed to shoot enemy players trailing the airdrop. The tail gunner may not fire on any players not tracking the drop or any players bunkered down. The tail gunner may not be shot until after the airdrop has dropped, and the tail gunner must keep one hand on the rope at all times. The tail gunner must use a semi-auto mechanical marker and will be checked before the flight leaves the staging area. Attention! The tail gunner rule is to discourage anyone from following the airdrop and eliminating the drop as they are deploying. This is not to be used as an attack aircraft. Any abuse of this rule will be counted as unsportsmanlike conduct. The referee leading the drop, and a large points deduction will be taken from the side committing the offense.
Night game. The following special rules are in effect during the night game. The night game can get very intense. Sometimes, firefights happen at very close quarters. Give your opponent the opportunity to surrender before you shoot if possible. There are many times this will not be possible or feasible, but please try the best you can. All markers must be chronographed at 2 FPS or less. There are no paint checks at night. All hits count as an out whether the ball breaks or not. It is highly recommended that you carry a flashlight with you, in case of emergency, or if you get lost. This is a big playing field, and everything looks different at night. Each side will be allowed only 15 night vision units during the game. There is no limited to flashlights. Paint grenades are ineffective at night, so don't waste them. There are no paint checks at night. If you are injured in any way, call out for a medic. There will be professional medics at Fulda Gap. Most refs will also be carrying first aid kits. If you are injured, make sure we know about it and seek proper treatment. No game is worth permanent. Tank, bridge and bunker rules. Bunkers, bridges, foot or vehicle, and special targets can be temporarily taken out of play with special mission cards and C4 charges installed by a card-carrying engineer. Blown bridges will be marked by tape and signs indicating their status. No one can cross a blown bridge by foot or vehicle. Note: for safe, only dead players may cross blown bridges. Bridges can be repaired with additional special mission cards, or by continuously holding either side of the bridge for 1/2 hour. Anti-tank, anti-bunker, pneumatic-powered rocket launchers, RPG, can eliminate tanks, diamond, bunkers, and other designated structures on the field and anyone inside them. The target must hit, no bounces, with a factory-manufactured soft Nerf football-type rocket. On missions, a referee must be contacted and shown a card beforehand, and must be present to ascertain whether the mission was successful. In mission play, if an attack is successful, the structure will be taped off as destroyed. In non-mission, normal play, the structure can be immediately reoccupied. Except tanks. There is a limit to the number of RPG gunners, and they must attend the same safety brief that the tankers do to have their device checked by staff members. No homemade RPGs made with plastic pressure chambers are allowed. All launchers must be approved for play by staff before the general can issue a card. An alternate to the RPG is a grenade launcher, which is usually split on a regular marker. These devices fire Nerf rockets, small foam rounds, or store-bought camp marshmallows, and can only eliminate diamond bunkers. Grenade launchers cannot eliminate tanks, nor disable them in any way. There are no blast radius rules, as Nerfs should never be fired at individual players-only structures. There is a limit to the number of grenade launchers on the field. Possess a grenadier card to use one. All launchers must be approved for play by staff before the general can issue a grenadier card.
Minefields. Another way of eliminating tanks is through the use of anti-tank minefields, as issued by a general, as they are a numbered and controlled item. These are marked and weighted traffic cones that are placed by anti-tank gunners. If a tank runs into a cone or makes contact with it, then the tank is eliminated. If a player, other than an gunner emplacing or removing, touches or steps on a mine or crosses the roped-in area, then they are eliminated as well. Mines can be replaced, but only a limited number are available for use at any one time. Tanks. Do not approach or be within 20 feet of an in-play tank, or you will be counted as eliminated. Players are not eliminated by a tank if you are off the road and have a structure of safety in between you and the tank. Tanks cannot just drive by you if you are in a position of safety and eliminate you. However, it can still fire on you to eliminate you, or shoot your diamond bunker with its cannon. Players may not bunker tag tanks or eliminate the driver with paintball hits. Do not shoot the vision blocks of the tanks or shoot at the driver. This will get you eliminated and your card punched for a team point deduction. Shooting the driver is very dangerous. A designated safety referee will accompany the tank. Tankers and anti-tankers, please review, print off, and have a copy of the tank utilization rules on the field when your tank or launcher is in play, the link to which is located at the bottom of this page. Weapons of mass destruction. Because of the nature of this game, there will be referee-supported events, usually dictated by the opposing generals, which could cause entire bases to be eliminated, along with all players in them. These are called WMD attacks and may come in 3 very different forms. Nuclear weapons, or more appropriately tactical nuclear devices, are a very powerful, but thankfully very limited, tool in the belt of the NATO and Warsaw Pact generals. They will eliminate a 100-foot diameter area of the field for the entire event phase once initiated. If used on a base, that base is out of play for that day or night phase, and thus, cannot be used for points. Nukes will be delivered via referee in a very loud and visually spectacular manner. That area will be considered irradiated, and any player from either side who enters that area will be counted as eliminated. The irradiated will be marked with boundary or danger tape until safe to enter. They cannot be used to eliminate dead zones or entry points. Airstrikes will be simulated, loudly, by refs at points determined by the generals and coordinated through the game coordinator using a grid system. The NATO and Warsaw general initially have three airstrikes at his disposal. They must be called into the Tactical Operations Center/Fire Direction, who will coordinate a ref to conduct the strike. The airstrike will take at least 15 minutes to coordinate. They cannot be used within 1 hour of each other, no simultaneous or back-to-back strikes, and may not be called during the first 15 minutes of the start of the game. To call for fires, the general, or his office designate, must radio a fire mission with his call sign and the control number issued prior to the game. The general will give a grid coordinate, including a specific target or a direction/distance from a smoke grenade thrown 1 minute preceding the strike, target type, armor/infantry in open/structure, and location of friendly forces. If friendly forces are within 50 yards of target, the strike must be designated danger close, otherwise mission may be scrubbed and loss of airstrike/barrage will occur. TOC/FDC will repeat information and give updates to the general on time to target. The impact will be where the ref feels that they are close to the grid coordinate or specific building/bunker target dictated by the FDC as called in by the general. An airstrike or mortar barrage affects an approximate 50-foot radius from the point of impact as determined by the ref in place. A hit eliminates the target, the play side, and all exposed, not in adjacent bunker, trench, tank or foxhole, players within 50 feet. The target can be immediately reoccupied by players not eliminated by the blast after the refs clear the structure. A strike or barrage does not take out entry points, dead zones, or flagstones. It can permanently take out props and role players. Chemical weapons, or poor man's nuke, will be simulated by yellow smoke that will be issued by each side's general. Anyone caught by a referee in an yellow smoke cloud without donning their simulated protective equipment, a dust mask over your paintball mask, immediately will be counted as eliminated. Once the cloud has dissipated, you may take off your chemical mask. Remember, smoke travels with wind direction, and it could happen that you may gas your own troops by mistake. Regular smoke, including orange smoke, will not be considered as a chemical weapon.